Hello, welcome to another edition of Sun Dragon Tips and Tricks. I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about timeout. This is one of our life lessons from Knitting and Crochet series. So as you can see, I am not in my usual filming place. And here's Avi hanging out by me. And that's because I decided to put myself in timeout for a week. Let me explain what that means. In knitting and at the shop, we call it timeout when you put a project aside for a little bit. You put it in timeout. And that could be because you're frustrated with it or bored with it or all kinds of reasons that you need to take a break from it. And for me, most often, it's because for me, most often when something has to go rather than it ends up in timeout. When it has to go in timeout, it's because of frustration or there's something going on with it that it's just, I need to take a break. I think that's an excellent lesson for life. Sometimes we need to take a break. And it can be scary. It can be, but I have a deadline with that project. I have so much that needs to get done. I can't take a break. I can't do it. I need to push through. I need to soldier on. I need to get it done. That's what I've been doing for the past week is I have forced myself into timeout. I took a break from the shop. I closed the shop down for a week. We didn't do virtual sit and stitch. We didn't do all of those things. And it was, I need to be in timeout. Now, how well or perfectly that accomplishes its goal, let's see how I feel when I go back to work in a couple of days. But it's still worth it. Regardless of if the project suddenly miraculously makes sense when you go back to it, or it's just that you've given your hands a break, it's worth it. I'll figure out when I go back to work and pick up the pieces if monetarily and lots of other ways it was worth it, but mentally, it was definitely worth it. Sometimes we just need a break. And even if it's scary, but what's going to happen? Is this project ever going to get done? Is it going to fall apart? Am I never going to get back to it? Is it never going to get finished? All of those questions don't help with the process of taking a break and the reason to take a break. Putting things in timeout, putting yourself in timeout is extraordinarily valuable to the overall preservation of that project, of you, of life. Take a break, take a deep breath, change things up a bit, and then you can get back to it. Now, those projects have their place, and my routine at the shop has its place. And the good things about it and the reasons to get back to it. But sometimes you need to take a break from it to realize those really good things. And then you can get back to it. And then it's a lovely thing. So I still have about a day and a half before I go back to my life. And all those helpful videos that y'all have been giving me lots of compliments on, and thank you so much. I will get back to them. But I needed a break. I was doing too much. Honestly, probably need more time in, time out, but sometimes you have to weigh how much time you can give to that time out and how much time life does demand. So, if money were no object, if gifts, the deadlines for things in terms of projects, if we want to talk in terms of projects, was no object, I'd be taking more time off. We'll figure it out. We'll navigate it. How much time does your project need, or do you need in timeout before you're itching to get back to stuff? Find the balance. I'm sure many of my other life lessons from knitting and crochet speak to balance. This is part of it. Find your own way to take a timeout. It doesn't have to be a whole week like I just did. It could be small shifts that can help in the long run. Figure out what your timeout needs to be or could be and try it. You might be surprised with the results. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will get back to some videos and maybe even some whiteboards. We'll see if this timeout has replenished me enough that I can get back into it for y'all. Thank you so much. May your crafting be filled with joy and confidence. Bye-bye.